Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? A material witness, or a fitness program for the 13th Amendment, or a faith healer for the 8th, or a hearse for the 1st? Can I get the 5th, or 3/5 of a 40 for the 4th, or a homeless equity loan for the 14th, or a Waco makeover for May 13th? Uh-oh, you better get Mako, or a litmus test for how the West was really won, or a gun control quarterly for the fraternal order of eternal slaughter. Can I get a witness? Okay, that's how we're going to introduce this. Now, Kevin O'Neill in the Helicon studios, and I'm going to be talking about content for, first of all, I'm going to be talking about content for June. All right, what we're going to bring in June. I want to make a briefly mention that the debut of me collaborating with Helicon was National Poetry Month special for April, every Tuesday in April at 11 p.m. That's being carried over into May by popular demand. Okay, so that will be, you have a chance to see that again Tuesday evenings, 11 p.m. till midnight. Everybody's up then, right? You know, doing 9 to 5s out there. So the night shift. So you can check that out. And what will you be saying? I'll just briefly, there's an intro to it, but I'll mention it here since I'm on this, explaining that. So it's carried over. So it's introduced as a National Poetry Month special. Obviously, May is not National Poetry Month, so it was carried over. And so it's, Arrested to Death, the ballad of George Floyd. Right? So this puts into the historical context, right? The FOP assassin, the assassin Chauvin, Derek Chauvin, into the historical context. So it's a mini DVD. So that's the Arrested to Death, the Ballad of George Floyd. That's, I think, my latest piece. And I've been writing about blacks being murdered in America since the 80s, since the late 80s. Window washing Charlie, shot 23 times, 11 times in the back. Lynn Abraham administration, right? 23 times, 11 times in the back, Southwest Philadelphia. And Kenny McCleary, right? Shot point blank through the heart by a cop, a white cop, a black mentally ill homeless guy for throwing a bottle at the cop. I've been writing about that all along, so I don't come in, Emmett Till all along. I don't come in with George Floyd, but it's a continuum, right? It's an aspect of the continuum, artistic continuum. So, yeah, all right. Kept my hair, but lost my mind, is what I'm saying. All right. So, Arrested to Death, the Ballad of George Floyd. That's worth a look. I promise you. It's explosive and it's polemic. It's not Robert Frost. We iced Robert Frost in the Holocaust tossed salad with Nostradamus, Sir Thomas, Don, King of the Coons, and that Klingon spook, Clarence. You know what Clarence I'm talking about, right? Right? Roe v. Wade? What happened to Roe v. Wade, right? Reproductive freedom. He really doesn't care. Fuck Sinead O'Connor and her total lack of hair. So that's what you got going on in America. Then you will see the Badlands, right? For all you dope fiends out there, the Badlands, a Miltonian epic compressed into 7 minutes. Now, who can complete, facilitate such a feat as that? You're looking at them. So you might want to check that out. The Badlands, Kensington and Lehigh. So what's going on in America with the opioid epidemic and 100,000 overdose in 1 year. The cause of death, opioid overdose. So it's a timely piece, and if this doesn't rock your world, I don't know what will. Check out Fox News maybe. And then we have the Badlands, and then we have Red Clay Country, what used to be the old back in the school term for Graterford prison, Red Clay Country. All the brothers from the city were going up there and said, damn, this is some Red Clay. This is the boondocks, Red Clay Country. And, where is Broad Erie? It's not here. So we have the red clay country, the milieu will kill you. And that's two episodes of that, two episodes, pieces. One was filmed in Graterford, maximum security penitentiary, where I spent 3 years, 3 days a week as the prison's first artist in residence, invited by the inmates, not by the state, the mayor, the governor, or the warden. Thank God. 3 years, 3 days a week. So spending time running workshops, visual arts and creative writing, with the inmates to find out what's going on in these death camps, what's going on in the insane profane insanity of America's industrial habitat for inhumanity, modern day gulags. So you'll have people who serve there 25 years. 25 years. They will explain to you, break it down, and poetically versified what the hell's, and the murders and all that, and the abuse, the racism, the systemic racism, and all of it. The inmates will tell you, not Dan Rather, not Diane Sawyer, not PBS. The inmates will say it, right? In collaboration with Kevin O'Neill. Griot polyglot. This is the polyglot. This is not Robert Frost. This is not, this is not academia. This is not the intelligentsia, the cognoscenti. No, this is the real for real, the raw for raw. Please check it out. And then you'll have the same piece, a different iteration of it. I filmed in 1999 at Holmesburg County Prison in Philadelphia, a medieval dungeon where yours truly spent the entire year of 1969 while all my homies were going to Woodstock and LSD and all, whatever. I was locked down on drug charges in Holmesburg for the entire year. I had 3 cases. Caught 3 cases. So it was the end of the 60s. Everybody was pissed off and strung out. Trust me. So the Badlands. So you'll get that, the same piece. You'll see the interiors, the cell blocks in Holmesburg Prison. What's that look like? Check it out. Okay. Now, I think I said my piece on that. That's getting carried over into May. Now June. This is what we're going to be looking at for June. And I want to try to inspire people. I'm not trying to influence you. I don't influence. You can go to CNN if you want that, or any of the corporate cable shows, so to be influenced. So I'm trying to inspire people and present to people what you might expect if you have an interest for that. I'm not trying to, coerce anybody. If there was money in it, I would be coercing it, but there's no money in it. Remember Jackie Gleason's show? Nobody goes back that far. He used to have a cup on the thing, and he would drink and go, and my mother would say, what's funny? He said, that ain't coffee in that cup. Oh, I was a kid. I said, what's in the cup? Never mind. It ain't coffee. So this ain't what Jackie was drinking. This is spring water. Spring water. Okay, it's vodka. Tell the truth, Kev. And so this is what's coming in June. This is the next installment of Kevin O'Neill collaborating with Helicon. And I've been on public access since '92, right? Manhattan Access, the historical Coca Crystal show, right? Which was 20 years on Manhattan Access, a pioneering show in the world of public access and free speech TV. Coca Crystal was a pioneer, invited me constantly, regularly, onto the show to talk, current events, what was going on, in New York and around the country, and also to kick some of my pieces, my poems, which he loved, and Bob Foss was always inviting me on WBAI because New York was on fire at the time, and they were loving poetry, and the spoken word movement then was a juggernaut, which I brought to Philadelphia. I'll explain that later. So and DUTV, Drexel University. I was a part of that for a couple of years. And also remember WYBE, which was up in Roxbury, their towers in Roxbury. That was an independent station, WYBE, back in the day on that. So this is, coming to Helicon as an extension of my involvement with public access and my support of public access, right? PBS, all they do is beg for money. And their PBS is corporate, not like they used to be. And my first documentary was filmed on PBS in 1998, which we'll see on this, I forgot to mention, through May, you will see Red Clay Country was aired by PBS in 1998, right after it was completed. It was called Independent Images then. Now it's Independent Lens, all corporate. It's all corporate, and the media is the message. Red Clay Country, the message is the media. It's shot on VHS. I couldn't bring, it was mini DVs then. I couldn't bring that into the prison. We ain't bringing, but the inmates said, well, we use prison equipment, Kev. It's shabby, but you got everything will go down. Everything will be documented in the revolutionary documentary spirit, which I believe Helicon and other entities, and likewise entities are trying to do. So, yeah, PBS. That was back in, that was 98 PBS. That ain't 2024 PBS. So that is what I want to say about that. Now, I have long COVID. I said today so much, you got the brain fog? I said, yeah, I got brain frog. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Brain, Kev, it's fog, not frog, Kev. But my brain is so frogged up that you're going to have to give me some slack here, because it's a struggle to put. I can put a sentence together, but a paragraph, not too much. So you're going to have to give me some slack on that. Gabish? All right. So for June, this is the next installment of my collaboration with Helicon, and you're going to be seeing examples. This is a pitch. It's not a pitch to influence you, but to inspire you to what you might be seeing. You're going to be seeing prison industrial complex, right? 3 years. Well, the 3 years I was there, I filmed constantly with the prison equipment. I brought in tapes, and I took the tapes out. Smuggle them out. So you like one of the inmates said, Kev, no one has this. No one has what you have. No one. Dan Rather. I said, no. So it's unique. It's unique. It's revolutionary, and it's mind blowing when you see what's going on in these prisons. Talking to the inmates. I don't work for the state. I work for the arts. I went in there as an artist, and I function as an artist, and I run workshops with an artist. And it was a democratic process. I didn't run anything. It was a collaboration with inmates. The inmates were my colleagues, not my subjects, right? So that's an important thing, that the philosophical foundation of what you're going to be seeing in my archive. So I'm going to be sharing it on the airwaves of Helicon for the near future, maybe the longer than near future, because the archive is voluminous and explosive and polemic with a capital P, right? So you can count on that if you're so interested. So we're going to put, okay, what was I saying? Yeah, and okay, you're going to have footage. My archive entails this footage, right? Going back to, mid '90s, right? Well, '92 with Coca Crystal Show, but my own productions started in the mid '90s, right? New Eureka Poets Cafe, New York City, the paramount. Right, the apex of the spoken word poetry movement of the 80s, 90s, and on, right, was the New York International. I met poets there from all over the world. So you have footage from that, all kind of presentations, me and other artists. It's not about Kevin. You're going to be hearing, Saul Williams, on and Mum's the Schemer, on and on. So you're going to be hearing the main voices that were leading this vanguard, right, of poetry spoken word. So and Chicago theater. So I'm going to get to this because that's what the Chicago theater, compare that to what the Phillies, what is it? The brain frog, Phillies Academy of Music, the same opulent, space and the chandeliers. So the balconies and the mezzanines and all that. So it's the same drill. So Chicago theater and the Chopin theater, not too shabby either. It's footage, rare footage you're going to see, and explosive voices in poetry. And that's part of the archive. And then you're going to see historic footage from let me go to Camden. Who films in Camden? I do. The old Walt Whitman Arts Center, right, which is defunct now, obsolete, passé, so erstwhile. And I did a National Poetry Month thing there with myself and other poets, right? Camera crew, some kid from Olney High School was my cameraman. So like I said, the message is the medium, not state-of-the-art medium the other way around. So Camden, Walt Whitman, and then we go to the Painted Bride, the citadel of the Seven Muses, the Painted Bride, venerable Painted Bride Arts Center. It's right. So That will blow your mind. And 40 years as a Painted Bride, as the Jerry giving us the avatar of the alternative. You're talking about Philadelphia. You know, the Painted Bride to Philadelphia was artistic nirvana. Right? It wasn't, it wasn't the Academy of Fine Institute of Contemporary Art, Institute of Caucasian Art, PAFA and all that rot. No. It was the Painted Bride and Freedom Theater. That was the nexus of real art in Philadelphia for 40 years, and both are now defunct. So, yeah, unfortunately, but you'll be seeing footage. Right, I was there. I was at the Painted Bride 9 years as the poetry curator, and founded the world's first festival of spoken word. The world's first, not national, international festival of spoken word, which occurred monthly, first Fridays, not Mondays at 2, first Fridays at 9 or 10, and for 9 years. And what was the audience? 250 to 300 people monthly, packed them in. So, and who are the present? Now we go to the curatorial acumen of Kevin O'Neill. Who was I presenting at these places? Right, all Black writers, Black and Latino writers, an occasional Asian writer. All that were it was a diverse. I cultivated diversity naturally, but the feature spots, the monthly feature, which were coveted by the community, all Black and Latino non-white writers for 9 years, monthly for 9 years. Add that up. The brain fog, I couldn't give it to you. So who are you going to see? Ursula Rucker, Pew Fellow. Trapita Mason, Pew Fellow. Twin poets, Poets Laureate of the state of Delaware, right? Rich Medina, right? DJ poet Rich Medina. All the New York crew that came down, right? Saul Williams, Keith Roach. People are now who are deceased. And on and on. Lots of people from New York and the twins and yours truly, right? Kicking ass. So that's, I'm giving you a glimpse into the archive, right? This is not some, this is an archive. This is a life's work, right, of dedication and devotion to the arts, and especially to the art of word oracle, painting with words. So you might want to check that out. You might want to check Tuesday's Universal Poet. And universal, I use that in the literal terms, not in a vernacular, term like, yeah, universal sounds good, or, in a catchy phrase. I mean that the universality of it will come through. So you might want to put it on your calendars for Tuesdays, especially this summer when you're not down in Ocean City. Tuesdays, you can watch it anywhere in the country on computers, and maybe the world, as long as you have a computer and internet. So yeah, this is the archive, and also Jerry Givnish interviews right here in this very studio with Jerry Givnish, talking about the founding of the Painted Bride Art Store in 1969 on South Street in the storefront, and how that evolved, right, exploded from there, and this, I think, 2 or 3 different iterations until it got to Old City. And it blazed the trail. And Old City was an industrial, cold water flat, old factories, with a few hippies living there. Jerry went in and forged a new arts community in Philadelphia, Old City, right? First Fridays and all that. So you'll see a confluence of energy, of intelligence, of artistic integrity, and the revolutionary spirit, right? And egalitarian spirit come together in this archive. So it's not some poet, like I said, we ice Robert Frost. We don't do Robert Frost, thank God. So we don't do, converge in the yellow wood, right? Yeah, we burn down the yellow woods, pecker woods. So, okay, I'm going to get to it. You hold on. So the first, so this is in June. This is the content for June. Slam Philly Slam Rough Cut. So this is a production. Philly's first slam team I organized in 1999 to go to Chicago to compete in the 10th annual National Poetry Slam. Right, 48 states were represented, and I think 200 poets. right? Competition. I brought Philly. Twin poets, Rich Medina, and KO. And my cameraman, like I said, we don't go without a cameraman. Everything is documented. Documentary consciousness. The cameraman was a Drexel student, senior at Drexel, and the camera was before I had my own camera. He brought it was a Drexel camera, mini DVs. And it's this kid, I mean, and it was on, and the event was aired on 60 Minutes of all things. Maury Saper gave all the thing. They played a ton. They featured KO in the 60 Minutes piece airing, which was long, I think 12 minutes or so or more. So, yeah. So this was the energy, and this was the this was the level of intensity and national attention to national poetry slams. So it occurred in Chicago, and we were there. And so 5 days and 5 nights, you'll see behind the footage in our hotel room, Travel Lodge hotel room. The first 3 floors were like state hospital mental floors, and we were up there, the twins, drinking cases of Guinness, smoking you know what, not Newports, and carrying on behind the scenes of poets and artists, what they talk about and how they carry on, shuck and jive. But on the stage, you will see some explosive stuff. It's a rough cut, and I'm looking for editors out there to help me complete this work. It's been in mothballs since 1999, so it got 17 minutes of rough cut footage. Chambers Brothers, people get ready. There's a train a coming. So it's fabulous, and I got brain frog. So you want to check it out. The twins, Rich Medina, Kevin O'Neill, and we got people in the audience. If you take my word for it, listen to the audience response to our pieces. Blew it up, brought down the rafters, right? Burnt the place down. And I'm talking about huge theater, Chicago theater. It's like acres of seats, or all that. So you don't want to miss that. Slam Philly Slam. We said it, we meant it, and we're here to represent it. Slam Philly Slam. Okay, you might want to check that out. Now we're going to have KO live from Philadelphia, right? North Philadelphia. Kevin O'Neill live from North Philadelphia. And the piece is 2001, A Race Odyssey. Right? Feel me? So you want to check that out. And that is another Miltonian epic compressed into, I guess, 6 or 7 minutes. Going on a racial tirade like I do, ruminations on race, right? So Master Bard, ruminations on race, the final frontier. Would you want to miss that? I don't think so, unless you're doing this all day, So if you replace how to think with what to think, you get what do you think? So check out Universal Poet Kevin O'Neill. I'm looking for editors. Griot Polyglot. GRIOT POLYGLOT. Griot in the argot, not the French. Griot Polyglot, because that rhymes. .com. Hit me up anytime. So live from North Philly. Here's a story with this. I'll give it to you. The story is, so this is, maybe I won't give you this story. It'll take too long. I'll come back to that. So you're going to have that, and then you're going to have the benefit concert at the Painted Pride. Packed them in. 300 people appear for the benefit concert to support Philly's first slam team going to Chicago. The twins, KO and Rich. $20 a seat, and all the funding the Painted Bride donated to us to fund our travel, lodging, and all the rest, and all the stuff we smoked and drank. So it was and all they took is money for the tech squad. So that's I'm talking about collaboration and solidarity. Where are you going to get that today? Benefit at the Leocora Center? I don't think so. So benefit concert. We're loving on our community poets, the community of voices, and cosmopolitan solidarity, and the theater is yours. I did all the promotion, packed them in, diverse audiences you're going to get. And I got footage of the audience coming in, packing it in. And you're going to see Ursula Rucker, like I said, Ursula, Trapita Mason, Stephanie Renee, the twin poets. You're going to see student poets from high schools and from local colleges. And you're going to see KO, et al., and others. So it's a powerhouse. And that was filmed by DUTV. public act. Well, it was Drexel University had their own studios and TV stations, and they collaborated with me and vice versa to produce these things. So Drexel, George McCullough was the director of, the studio, the TV station, and he came with a 3-camera crew to shoot it, the benefit concert with all these poets and the audience, explosive and unique. Well, you see that in Philadelphia, before or since. So 3-camera shoot, and you're going to see the best of the best, the best of the best that ever existed, occurred on an artistic element, on an artistic level in Philadelphia, spoken word. So Oracle, nothing short of Oracle. So that's Slam. So that's okay. I'm reading this. Slam. That's. Oh, so yeah, and we got up in North Philly. I was on Slam Master. That's Slam Master Kevin O'Neill, the twin poets. That was the benefit concert. So there's three pieces of content to be aired on that. Now, I don't know if I can fit this in, but the Live from North Philly, that was another public access, DUTV. I mean WYBE. Towers were up in Roxborough. They saw me perform somewhere, and one of the guys, and the tech director, called me, Kev, we love that piece. We're putting on a thing to protest on our channel, to protest the it's 2001. The piece is 2001, A Race Odyssey. In protest of the Republican convention coming to Philadelphia. We want to rail that against that. Would you consider letting us film you do a piece, and we'll use it and air it? Over this protest of these, Republican freaks coming to Philly. Sure, we could do that. So we go North Philly, all over North Philly, 2-camera shoot, beta. There's a big beta, state of the art. This was the state of the art. Beta, all different graffiti, nice urban backdrop, etc. They blend it with the piece. So we get done, nice coming. Yeah, okay, we're going to go back. We're going to view it, and then we'll edit it. Okay, you can come in for the editing, Kev. We'll kick this. Good. I get a call from the director. The director was there. I think he was supervising. Watch Kevin don't steal the cameras or whatever. He's thinking, I don't know why the director had one camera, and the tech supervisor director had the other camera. The executive director. And the tech director. So I get a call, Kev. Oh yeah, what's up, Mr. Jones or whatever? Kev, yeah, we love that piece, but that line in that piece, fraternal order of eternal slaughter, could you kind of omit that from the piece? Can we edit that out? Well, why the hell would you do that? We get money from the FOP. No, and I immediately withdraw my consent for you to air that on your freaking TV show, on your WYBE. I withdraw. Do not play it. I will sue you. I'm coming down tomorrow for the tapes that you promised me. Well, Kevin, click. So the FOP, all my work has been the antithesis to the FOP, right? So the anathema to the FOP. Can you censor yourself? Censor yourself and take this line out. The whole piece, the fraternal order of eternal slaughter. It's the best line in the whole piece, best line of poetry that's ever been written. World's best poet. So can you take that out? If he was in the same room with me, he'd been spitting teeth. My Irish would have been 2 up. I just hung up on him. No, went the next day, and we edited it. Me and the guy hid out somewhere. He left the premises. Me and the tech director went in, and you won't believe the editing piece we put together in the North Philly. It's off the rails, off the hook. Please, you might want to consider seeing that. So I think I'll close up with that. It's 5 o'clock, and I'm getting out of here. We're going to bring up the Adobe and throw this on there and end the content for this. So that's, I think you get a preview, right? A purview of what we're talking about with Universal Poet, Kevin O'Neill, Universal Poet. And I guarantee you the universality of it, right? The commonality, the community voice will come through in this. And that's what I want you to appreciate, anybody who might be interested. Not Kevin O'Neill pitching. I don't need it, right? And I'm pitching my own edict, right? My own lifelong edict. Art as keystone, artist as catalyst. If you ain't doing that, you know, you better back to the drawing board. So check it out. Griot Polyglot at AOL.com, looking for editors, right? So hit me up. Thank you very much. So end with the poem. In a stolen land that hands a man a penny with his own picture on it, and then asks for change.
How are you going to send them? Let's take a look. It's Kevin O'Neill.
The MC is the prophet, Al-Mustafa the seer, the poet, the pilot, pariah, pioneer. They come Gemini, not regaling like Columbus sailing to a new world where it cheers. They come railing like Bessie Smith about that nightingale in a stardust fairy tale sung from the other side of the garden wall. They come jailed, cruel, and unusual like the 8th Amendment failed, like the 13th on the scales of blindness and the fog in the face of your bathroom mirror. They come unveiled with the Cherokee, Nez Perce, Emmett Till, and that kite carpenter nailed to a trail of race. The final frontier, 10,000 wars in 2,000 years. The millennia pendulum is swinging, clinging like a sheer double D cup warhead wonder brazier on that flaming souvenir queer out in New York Harbor. In the hand of the Glock that whacked Rabin, swinging on the block in Shakespeare's penitentiary, swinging sweet and low and rhythm and flow like the chariot of Apollo coming forth to carry you home, swinging not in sway like yesterday. The antelope and the deer are gone like the Lakota and Bessie Smith forever. Race, the final frontier, 10,000 wars in 2,000 years. Oh, Captain, my Captain, 911 and Gap khakis can't help you here. Moms, beam me up from the big boogie boat down biosphere. Thank you very much.
Testimony. There are great souls among us, and they play our souls. Kevin O, the twins, Nikki G, sing with Gandhi, Martin, Thomas J. Deeply flawed are they, deeply flawed but triumphant. Equal are they to the Charlie Parker night and the Rosa Parks day.
Let me represent all my good friends up in Graterford Penitentiary and dedicate a little piece to all the men on lockdown in Graterford and other prisons all across the country. And the title of this piece is Probable Cause is probably because you're not Caucasian. Can I get a witness? Can I get a material witness or a fitness program for the 13th Amendment, or a faith healer for the 8th, or a hearse for the 1st? Can I get the 5th, or 3/5 of a 40 for the 4th, or a homeless equity loan for the 14th, or a Waco makeover for May 13th? Uh-oh, you better get Mako. Or a litmus test for how the West was really won, or a gun control quarterly for the fraternal order of eternal slaughter. Can I get a witness? From the first bill of sale to the last cell on the block of hell, hath no fury like a no-white jury, nor purgatory a story as gory as 1.7 million vacancies filled at the Bates Motel, waiting to exhale Satan's email with Mumia locked in the entrails of that beached whale, justice scale, too pale and blind to read Ebonics and Braille. Can I get a hail? Can I get a jail for the chief, or a chief justice who can just spell reparations, rolays, or relief, or real estate thief? Can I get a witness? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is the flight of the Phoenix, going to Chicago. One small step for mankind, one big step for poetry.
Naked body as I'm constantly stripped by society, then by the overseer's media and even my own people I'm beaten. And I begin to wonder how and when will the pain and suffering end. Then in my mind I try to create visions of a brighter tomorrow. Then my sobs are drowned by the sounds of laughter, that joyful noise of young black boys flipping on ghetto mattresses, defying the laws of gravity but yet confined by the laws of society. And my tomorrow, my bright tomorrow, becomes the dark day of their stolen, unfulfilled dreams. Then I want to scream, but the silence becomes my salvation. The silence of not wanting to say anything without understanding. The silence of desperate action. The silence of life before death. And for the first time in my life, silence carried meaning. And it carried me back before Jim Crow, before the invention of a Negro, before nigga became my name.
Things fall apart in the great US of A. Toilet bowl of the world. Pristine white and full of shit.
Sir, see me doing my thing, baby. Gotta get it twisted, get it tight, keep my mind right.
After 2 decades in post-production limbo, Slam Philly Slam is brought brawling to life by filmmaker, poet, and slam master legend Kevin O'Neill. Filmed amid the 4-day melee at the 10th Annual National Poetry Slam, televised by CBS's 60 Minutes. This unique documentary captures the indomitable spirit, solidarity, and artistic virtuosity of 4 pioneering poets, urban griot, as they stormed the Bastille as the most formidable slam team ever assembled. Kevin O'Neill's Helicon on Wheels.
People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord.
Philadelphia in the house, Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia, baby.
Slam Philly Slam.
Right. Well, here we are, Chicago, Illinois, National Poetry Slam 1999. Thank you, Father, for bringing us here safely and making sure that everything that needed to happen happened for us to be here. Thank Kevin for his initial efforts with bringing us all together and making everything go down the way it's supposed to go down. Thank you for that. We hope that you carry us through the next 4 days and keep us at our sharpest, keep us on each other's side, and help us back each other up to try to win this thing.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Gotta do. Ain't no
Do
rush.
it.
We got 3 minutes.
Total domination on the stage.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it on! Let's get it on!
Let's get it on.
Let's get ready to rumble!
It's gonna be the thriller. Did you get him? I think
The Philly team is going to win the Poetry Slam this year. They're going to be national champions. They're going to do our country proud. Amen.
Been to a poetry reading lately? Probably not. Poetry readings are hardly everybody's cup of tea. But poetry in 1999 is more likely to look and sound like a noisy revival meeting than the quiet literary salon of yesterday. This new poetry is called slam. It sounds like this.
The blue poet, who is, which means nothing to you, is Kevin O'Neill. Let's hear it for him.
Come on down and heat the beacon, meet the deacon, greet what you've been seeking. Come on down to the New Eurekan. Kudos, pseudo, Sappho, cutie, Provo, Lotto, Bio, Bio, OBGYN, neo, nympho, infomercial, catty, kitty, litter, addy, patty, vagina, silly, putty, pitty, two-bit, atomic split, big fig and kumquat, twat, twit, cockpit, click, and toxic titty tweaking. Quit your Kerouac techniquing. Quit your pathetic moral squeaking. Quit your fucking political shiraking. Get your ass up here and do some streaking. Get the fuck up here and do some speaking. So come recite your last Mohican. Come on down and light the beacon. Come on down to the New Eureka. Thank you.
Right here in my back pocket, I carry the weight of the world. And on my back, I wear a target for hatred in a land not my own. And motherfuckers telling me shit like, slow down, bro. I got fast food crawling through my system, constipating my money. I got questions racing across my mind, and every once in a while, a crash course answer will come along and hospitalize my culture. And they telling me, slow down. I'm wondering, why the hell should I slow down when I can see the Republicans over there setting up for a drive-by in a German-made sports car with the remains of Social Security in the trunk, firing a black box to light the night. And I can't run. Just yesterday, I picked up a book called The Black Man's Guide to the Information Superhighway. Motherfucker was 666 pages long. And a man who seldom stops to rest must observe his surroundings when he does so choose to recline. For it's only then that he'll realize that his problems are beneath him, and he's sitting on top of the world.
From 1776 to 1492, well trained in the contradiction of myself, I am that nigga who stands before you. From 1776 to 1492, well trained in the contradiction of myself, I am that nigga that stands before you. Trapped in the imitation of life, where the worst perceptions of me are plastered on the walls of the world. I am the picture that is 1,000 words describing all that is fucked up in America. I am the definition of insufficient health care. The only reason a Republican needs to win welfare. For the poverty inside him is far worse than the projects. I am the little black boy, the one never adopted, the unwanted stolen son of America. I am the one you inoculate with hate. I've been deleted from 3/5 of the Constitution, and in the 2 that remain, I'm bound in chains. America has stolen my soul and placed it on the back of a credit card in the form of a barcode. And I have formed them. I've been here since America's genesis, from 1776 to 1492. Well trained in the contradiction of myself, I am that nigga who stands before you.
The twins were fabulous. I loved their first piece. It was the bomb. Kevin's piece was deaf. I had to close my eyes to get there. And Rich, damn, that melodious voice, Lord have mercy. It was wonderful. Absolutely the bomb.
The original, the pretty original?
Definitely original, and I'm glad I came. It was awesome. It was
I thought the Philadelphia team was the best team here tonight, and that's hard for me to say because I'm from New York, and so I was rooting for the New Yorican team, but I thought that they were the best.
I thought the Philadelphia poetry team definitely deserved to win this competition. I thought the New Yorican Poets Cafe was real weak, or maybe it's just that Philly was real strong. So it's a solid team. They deserve to win.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Milwaukee. I came here yesterday, Wednesday, and heard some urban poetry, felt very moved and inspired by it. Went back to my neighborhood that I live and work in Milwaukee to find out that 2 teenagers have been killed in our parking lot of my work. There was detectives around all day, there was family all around all day, there was the grandmother sitting on the steps screaming. And I came back tonight not only to see the poetry, but to somebody help me make sense out of my day-to-day. And the twin poets helped me quite a bit with that. Thank you.
You just
We said it, we meant it, and we're here to represent it. Slam Philly Slam.
Can I give a material witness or a fitness program for the 13th Amendment? Or a faith healer for the 8th or a hearse for the 1st? Can I get the 5th or 3/5 of a 40 for the 4th? Or a homeless equity loan for the 14th? Or a Waco makeover for May 13th. Uh-oh, you better get Mako. Or a litmus test for how the West was really won. Or a gun control quarterly for the fraternal order of eternal slaughter. Can I get a witness? Can I get a do-rag gag order for the lie that shagged me? Or an election year liar prevention week for the pickup truck dragging, toe tagging, body bagging dog that wagged me, flagged me, oh, say have you seen the red, black, and green? Keep 'em blunted, keep 'em lean, crack, skag, zigzag, blitzcrank machine. Or my prison industrial persecution complexes live in Texas, where genocide is gentrified and core potassium chloride. Round 'em up, rawhide, shoot 'em up, apartheid. Patent applied, judge sentenced, then tried. Board certified, mission petition denied, to wit. Children of the corn grit, life bit, death certificate, Chitlin Circuit City writ of habeas, pissed off corpses from Corpus Christi. Play Misty for me, Houston, we have a problem. The Burning Cross Holocaust from Austin to Boston to Philadelphia, city of brotherly love, to kill a brother execution style mania. They kill with the pen in Pennsylvania, kill with the quill, the bill, and the vote. Murder, that's all she wrote. Kill with the quill of the mine shaft canary. Big ass house on the Republican prairie penitentiary of death. Redefined on the bottom line sign. The jihad Amistad wholesale jailers. Vlad, the ballpoint impalers. The Bush-Cheney Ridge unabridged. Anti-abolition by attrition. Christian coalition edition of the Guinness Book of Third World Records a la Idi Amin. Desktop ghetto guillotine. Lethal injection by ultramarine. Can I get a death row V-Wade? Can I get a do-rag gag order? Can I get a death row V-Wade Negro aid concert for the charge of the White Brigade? Or a nappy per capita speed trap for the real Antiques Road Show? The Get Darky Oligarchy theme park freeway where the routine traffic stops rhyme with the war on drugs, tough on crime, crusade charade of the broken taillights motorcade. We hold these truths to be squat. For the foot on the pedal is really the pot, calling the kettle metal at the end of the Rainbow Coalition. Petition the Lord with prayer. For gold don't melt in America. All that trickles down is doo-doo. On the Y2 triple K disinformation highway from hell, half no path like the path of most traveled equation. Probable cause is probably not Caucasian, probably because of the law's minus 20% clause from the jaws to the suspects of the usual suspects correctional index. Vortex by a vacuum machine, touched by a dirt devil. Get your boot kicks on Route 6. Matrix to the real special unit. The Eugene to New Orleans colonial hate crime scene where the real perps are Wyatt Earp, Green Mile, Gabardine, Green Mile, New Nile on the interstate upstylers on the interstate upstate railroad, chained and bound over ship railroad, the fatherland, slave ship, motherland, black, red, black, cap, poor has, the cap, poor has. Can I get an underclass class of the real missing in action? Or an auction block actuary to please pass the passenger list from the middle passenger list, from the middle password for equal protection, or an Old Testament Passover passage like, yo, remember me, Chuck D. and William F. Buckley. In 2001 AD, I will part the Red Sea, part 3 and part 3, all the Mumias, free all the misses in America. Brother, can you spare a dime? Is it overtime in a stolen land where bondage is still stocked? And the auction block is now a noxious redneck foxhole called the ballot box. Bedrock to the shock of the new, same old, chattel, docs, box, robo-cop, pop, sleeping sheep flocks, political peacocks, dementia precocks, white collar, hooded, toxic, epoch, and apocalypse now, 41 Glock, 2 million cell blocks by proxy. A stolen land that hands a man a penny with his own picture on it, and then asks for change. The smell of burning melanin is still bellowing from liberty's torch, yellowing like the postmark on that heat-seeking epistle called We the People. Still delivered, third class, by postmen who always ring twice. Kevin O'Neill, keeping it real. Real public television. I'm out.
Give him a over back. That was good. That's good. Because he's gonna be looking down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking like this. This is gonna be my real spot. So you catch me right here.
Are you back all the way against the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what to do? Hold your hand. You don't have to look down so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold it
that
so.
Way your head will only get.
Like this? Yeah. This cool?
Yeah, very cool.
All right.
Go ahead. Good.
Yeah, original ragamuffin, Trevor Mattis. This is my most recent writings, about 4 or 5 days old. And you know, whenever the mooses or the inspiration come, I just jot it down. This first piece is the world of silence. I live in a world of silence, oppressive silence. Though I hear all the sounds around me, I live in a world of silence, oppressive silence. I live in a world of darkness, oppressive darkness. Though I see all objects around me, I live in a world of darkness, oppressive darkness. That's one. All right, this next one, no dreams.
Trevor, hold on. Is the mic close enough, you think?
Yeah, I'm speaking real loud.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm speaking very loud. I know the mic gonna hear me. No dreams. I never want to dream, so I never sleep. I just get shut eyes. My brain is rewired to recognize rest, but no REM. My subconscious suppresses any indulgence in fantasies. My conscious is hardwired to reality. My brain has adapted to cope and survive in an environment without hope. So I no longer dream, and I no longer have to wake up. No dreams. Last one. I just want to scream. I just want to scream and release all my frustrations in one bellow. I just want to holler from now till tomorrow. I just want to holler so loud that I drown all my problems in sound. I just want to shout my stress into the ground. I just want to scream at the top of my lungs. Maybe then somebody would hear me, listen to me, care for me. I just want to scream and release all my frustrations in one bellow. But I can't, for I fear the silence that would follow. A silence that would only reaffirms the sad reality. Yeah, I know all about that sorrow. When I can no longer believe in the shadow. I tried before and I only touched echo. I just want to scream. And the final piece I wrote when we heard about this Kevin O'Neill project, it's named Kevin O'Neill. Kevin O'Neill, an apparition of conscience, a wafer of no nonsense, a slither of vehemence. How you say that? Hold up. Vehemence. Vehemence. Yeah, how you say vehemence? I gotta get that right. Vehemence. All right, Kevin O'Neill, an apparition of conscience, a wafer of no nonsense, a slither of vehemence, 5 feet 11 inches of humanence, 100 pounds of insistence, a thin stature of confidence, a slender figure of magnificence. Kevin O'Neill. I ain't get it right. Are you 5'11", man?